So despite all the chaos and everything else going on, let's talk about the top 10 retail stocks that were bought up by us, the little guy, and it appears that maybe some bad habits are picking up again, but it's also nice to see some great stocks being gobbled up as well. So let's discuss the good and the bad from a long-term buy and hold investor's perspective. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype, because that's exactly what you're going to get today, guys. All right, now I know there's a ton going on just in the stock market in general area. Obviously, you can check my videos, prior videos there to see if you want my exact takes on all that sort of stuff. But these right now are the stocks that we were buying up for the entire month of March. I understand it's April now. I'm very, very curious as to what this list is going to look like in April, but you're going to get a modern day April take after all the tariff stuff started on these stocks that we were gobbling up there in March, so that we can kind of gauge where your buys were at and such. And I don't go by just, well, I bought here and then it's gone lower. It's always going to go lower on you guys. That's just the reality of stock investing. Now, also keep in mind, this is not my list. This is not Luke's top 10 list stocks to buy. This is not the stocks I'm looking to buy. It's not anything of that nature. This is what retail investors were buying, kind of a top 10 there, number 10 all the way down to number 1, the one we were buying the most there. That's where this is headed. This is their list, not my list. Also keep in mind that I'm looking at this from strictly a long-term buy and hold investor's perspective. Maybe there's a trade there. Maybe there's a lot more there than I can see. Swing trade, day trade, whatever the case is, I don't care. That's not how I'm viewing it. I'm simply giving you a long-term buy and hold investor's perspective on if I think the stock is a good stock that fits that category of something I would want to own or not. That's the only angle I can take a look at it. There's a trade there. Please comment down below in the comment section. That's great. That helps me out to kind of maybe understand some of the picks, because some of the picks make absolutely no sense to me. But nonetheless, that's something that I definitely think we need to take a look at and that we need to kind of delineate here as we go through the list. And I'll also kind of tell you how I think these stocks are going to fare if this goes on for a long time, if we have a recession, some other things of that nature. We'll also discuss that as well with each one of the stocks. So stock number 10 is Disney. All right, this one stayed in the top 10 for now, just barely it looks like. But nonetheless, for me, Disney is one of those stocks you got to have caution with. They're in the middle of trying to turn things around. Obviously, they are really, really struggling if you kind of understand the business and kind of understand the movie business and how it works. A lot of these things are in production for years before they ever actually hit the screen. So although it seems like, hey, why don't they just change things right now? Well, a lot of these things have been in place and you've already burned, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million plus, whatever the case is. You just go ahead and release the thing at that particular point stage. So this is kind of a slow turnaround play there. A lot of caution there because they have business problems that obviously a recession is not going to help with. It's why you have to be prudent with a stock like Disney, because even if they are able to turn around the movie business, hey, it's great. In a recession, obviously folks are going to watch a lot more movies, but are they going to go to the movies? Are they going to stream more? Maybe it helps out Disney Plus. One thing I know they're not going to do is people aren't going to be going to the parks en masse and spending the thousands upon thousands of dollars it costs to go to those parks. So definitely something to consider there. Again, I think they can turn it around over the long run, but there's a lot of short-term problems that need to be solved. So you need to be very, very cautious with this stock. So stock number 9 is Meta. I don't know why this one isn't higher. Hopefully with it dipping down as low as it's been dipping, it's definitely more on everybody's radar. This stock is going to do wonderfully. Recession, no recession, boom times, bust times, doesn't matter. This stock prints money. Will they take some short-term pain? Obviously, if we have a large recession or something else of that nature, you can't just grow infinitely there. But there is no threat to the business. You're not going to see huge declines in EPS or anything else of that nature. And right now, it's already trading at a nice, cheap valuation. Not 2022 cheap. I wish it was. It's not. But any sort of weakness with this stock, it is always a buy for me whenever that valuation gets down to the cheap levels. That's where it's at right now. I have no concerns with this stock through a recession or anything else of that nature. So it's definitely a pump it for me. One I love owning and I will continue to own in the future. So stock number 8 is Palantir. Now this one, I'm sorry, it's going to make some folks mad. It's still overvalued. But do I think they're going to survive a recession? Yes. Do I think they're going to thrive during a recession? Yes, absolutely. Regardless of all the tariff noise and everything else of that nature, Palantir can thrive during that time. The companies that are going to be bold, that are wanting to step up their game, that are wanting to try to find more margins now that margins are going to be taken away if the tariffs stick and everything else of that nature. Palantir is a great company to come in and do that for you. I could see this being almost one of those business accelerators in a sense, in terms of, hey, maybe some business does dip because of a recession or just, bad outlook out there, well, then maybe you pick up some business here on the other side for companies that are looking to survive and thrive during this time as well. So for me, I have no issues with Palantir. My only issue is it's not higher on the list. I don't know why we're not buying this stock more than some others. And no, although I agree it's completely overvalued, that's not why retail hasn't been buying the stock. This stock finally came on the top 10 just in the past 6 months, 8 months or so. It was not on there previous to that at all, and it just can't seem to crack the top 5 at all, regardless of whether it's cheap, expensive, whatever the case is. Hey, I think we need to do a better job there, but at least it's on the list. Absolutely a pump it for me. So stock number 7 is GameStop. I don't know, guys. That's all I got for you. No clue. No clue. Do you want any part of GameStop's business during a booming economy? Probably not. It's a dying business. Do you want any part of it during a recession? That's a definitive no. No clue what we're doing here. I know lots of folks are still waiting on the ultimate squeeze. It's just right around the corner and whatever. I don't know. Not for me. Again, maybe there's a trade there. Maybe there's something going on Wall Street bets. I have no clue. But for this stock and any world to be ahead of Palantir just continues to blow my mind, and Meta and basically any other company it may very well be ahead of. I don't know. It's one of those things. Don't know what we're thinking as retail here. This is one that baffles me, still baffles me. It's not the only baffling one on this list. There's more. Don't worry. We got a lot of mistakes in here as well. But this is one, definitely a dump it for me. No clue what we're doing there. Oh, stock number 6 is Microsoft. A great company, great stock. Absolutely a pump it for me. Finally, it's starting to get down to a reasonable valuation, maybe even be down that cheap valuation. Now, I apologize. I should have checked before we jumped online here and push record. But nonetheless, great business. No doubt in my mind. What are people going to stop using Microsoft Office because, I don't know, reasons, recession reasons? I don't know. I doubt it. I think they're going to be just fine. Obviously, any sort of weakness we get in the stock, definitely a buy for me, definitely a pump it for me in regards to this stock. Great business all the way around. Not sure any business is fully recession proof, but it's pretty hard to find one that is, any better than what Microsoft is. Stock number 5 is Apple. Now this one needed to correct down and it's finally getting its much needed correction. Can Apple survive and thrive during a recession? Absolutely can survive. Thrive, just like everybody else. It's much harder to do, obviously, for any company during a recession there, but it's not like people are going to stop buying iPhones. It's not like people are going to leave the ecosystem because of a recession or because of tariffs or anything else of that nature. Now it'll be interesting to see how much of the impact of the business is, because so much of their business is, physical goods that are going to be subject to this. But keep in mind, what you've seen growing steadily, if you're paying attention to their earnings, is their services continue to absolutely crush it. So, maybe they continue to crush it on that side, continue to see that business evolve and kind of grow, while maybe some of the hardware things, have a bit of a decline there, understanding that, especially if they decline because of the tariffs, that's a temporary in nature. Now, not your usual, short term to some folks is like a day, 2 days. I'm sorry, short term for me is anything under a year, 2 years. Really, I can make a case for that being short term there. And to me, this situation is short term. So if it gives us some opportunities, some ugly numbers, I know that the numbers will flip the moment that all that stuff goes away and we finally kind of go back to normal. So for me, definitely a pump it, but I think they're in for a little bit more pain before it comes back around because of that overvalue it was at before this all started. Stock number 4 is Ford. Guys, it's this right here is another one that's just baffled me. It is consistently in the top 5, sometimes threatening the number 1 position. No clue what we're thinking there. Ford is not going to thrive during recession. They're not going to thrive with all this, tariff nonsense and everything else. They're not going to thrive with the current situation. There is no part of this that to me looks good for Ford at all. It's been a dump it for me for a long time. Again, I have no clue what we're doing there. Some folks have mentioned in the past, maybe there's a trade there. Maybe there's some sort of whatever. I have no idea. I'm not a trader, but there's nothing there as a long-term buy and hold investor that I like, short-term or long-term in regards to this stock. So it's 100% a dump it for me. So stock number 3 is Amazon. This one for me is always a pump it. I've been buying this stock. Now I've been able to get some really cheap shares. Hopefully this continues. I'm sorry. I just don't think people are going to buy less Amazon in 5 years than they are right now. Obviously some of this current situation could very well hurt. We'll see exactly how all this stuff shakes out. Nobody has any clue, but it's not like we're going to stop spending money altogether. Amazon may end up being the cheapest and the easiest place to get things overall. Maybe they actually suck up market share, even if they're losing on the financial side of things because of everything going on right now. If they're able to start taking away market share from physical retailers like they've been doing for decades, but continue to accelerate that pace, it might very well give us a great liftoff point as kind of everything recedes and everything kind of flips and goes the other way. So for me, absolutely a pump it. Already had a great valuation. If they want to give it to me cheaper, please give it to me cheaper. I'll happily take all those shares of all the different people trading or playing games or whatever the heck they're doing. Fine with me. Happy to buy Amazon. Pump it for me. Stock number 2 is Nvidia. I don't know, another stock. Hard to argue with the results. Hard to argue with what I feel is the overreaction to the downside for a lot of these companies. I don't know. Nvidia, great stock. Pump it for me. I don't own it personally because I don't understand the chip sector, so I don't want to speak about it too much in regards to that, but I can definitely look at valuation. I can definitely take a look at what the company is estimating and the growth that they're estimating and everything else and just going, just things don't match up here. A lot of things don't match up to our advantage as long-term buy and hold investors. So for me, absolutely pump it. Great business, great company. I think they still have a long runway to go. Yes, at some point in time, everybody's going to catch them. Yes, at some point in time, there's going to be another change, another switch, and they'll no longer necessarily be the only option in town. But in the meantime, is that change 6 months from now? Is that a year from now? Is that 2 years from now? Nobody knows. And right now, according to their estimates, everything is looking great. So you're getting a discount on a great company. And stock number 1 is Tesla. Now, I know it's a retail favorite. I know there's a lot of noise out there around Tesla. I'm not going to get into all that sort of stuff, but it consistently ranks in the top 2 or 3 on this list every single time. Now, a recession is absolutely going to hurt them. This everything going on right now, the current situation is absolutely going to hurt them. Long term, I don't think so, but in the short term, absolutely. And more importantly for me, the valuation is still rich for Tesla, in my opinion. So I think we're going to see cheaper shares. And more importantly, we need to see cheaper shares. So again, we could be in for some pain and more pain as Tesla shareholders if this drags out over the next 6 months or so, because I just don't see a way we can get strong earnings in that quick of a time frame with everything else going on. And of course, also with the stock being expensive, I'm thinking it's kind of like a hedge fund now. As a hedge fund manager, I'm kind of going, well, in the short term, I'm not going to make a lot of money with Tesla, but I sure as heck can make a lot of money with some other plays during this particular point in time. So I could definitely see some of that money rotating out as well. For me, long-term stock is still a pump it, still what I'm looking to buy. I'm just not looking to buy at these prices still, despite the fall down. Still way too rich in my opinion for this particular stock. And if you're serious about your investing and you want to work directly with me and you want to see all my buys during this crazy time and you want to see my complete watch list with price targets as well, I may have left something special for those of you guys that stuck around the video this long. It's the pinned comment down there. Check it out. Get your free coaching, get your free courses, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8 figure Discord out there. Get those private videos that I can't put here on YouTube, but I absolutely put there. Check it all out. It's the pinned comment down there. See if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.